Wow, it's Lady Cam, and welcome to my YouTube channel. So with this one, I'm going to be talking about addictions, and I don't really think I had addictions. It was just some stuff I did that I really, really, really liked. Right? I know I like catch that movie line. Anywho, yeah, let's get into it. When I be doing.
I used to think my mistakes was who I was. The devil is a lie, killing all that he loves. Used to walk around the world with a bunch of pain. Ain't what I wanna be, but I can't complain. Used to think my mistakes was who I was. The devil is a lie, killing all that he loves. Used to walk around the world with a bunch of pain. Ain't what I wanna be, but I can't complain. You can't tell me that my God ain't real. I don't care how they feel. Yes, I got a testimony. Cleanse me like he chlorophyll. Taste the fruit, no orange peel.
Doing these testimony videos, I real life have to think back and who. So I remember it was this daycare, right? I remember this one time in band camp. So it was this daycare, and I remember one. I think it was the babysitter's. What's the babysitter's son? It might have been the son or the babysitter child. Or, it was somebody. And they led us on this little trail, but the trail was like in the back of the house that the daycare was in. So we had to like walk in line or whatever. So we was walking a line, and then we kind of got out of line and just was walking together, playing, just kids being kids, right? And then on the ground there was this cigarette. But you know how like people put out their cigarette, but they still got like a cigarette, like maybe this much left, and it's kind of bent up, but it's still smoking. And somebody picked it up. I want to say the older a babysitter watcher, the person who was supposed to be watching us, had smoked it and passed it to us. They was kind of like passing it around, and we was like, oh no, we not here, oh no. And then I guess peer pressure or whatever. So they were smoking, so I tried a little bit of it. I was like, and baby, it was like I almost coughed up a lung. I said, oh, I would never smoke that again. I don't see how people do that. 10 years later. Yeah, so that was my first cigarette experience. Later on in life, like I dealt with like depression and suicidal thoughts, and I was just stressed out, anxiety, like it was a lot of that stuff going on in my mental. I reverted. I think that's the right choice of word. Reverted to smoking cigarettes. Then I went to Black and Miles. I remember Mama when she was asleep, I opened the front door and try to smoke it outside so the smell wouldn't be in the house. Or like if I was smoking inside while she was at work with the windows up, just so the smell wouldn't linger, I like burn something on the stove, like some paper, so that way the house would smell like something burnt, like I know, real bad. I'm sorry. So anyway, I used to like tweak I used to pack the cigarettes. I used to tweak the Black and Miles, wine wood until and I used to be smoking like y'all. I really had a bad habit. I used to be a chain smoker. I used to do Newports, 100s. But I used to be a chain smoker, and I smoked mostly when I was in college. The last time I had nicotine, I smoked cigarettes or Black and Miles was 2015 or 2016. So for sure, 2007. You know what? You could say almost 10 years I smoked on and off. And I mean, weed don't really count, but I smoked the weed too. I smoked the weed. But mainly when I smoked weed, it was like when I was in relationships with people who smoked weed. The only time I didn't smoke, the only time I did smoke weed and wasn't in a relationship with somebody who smoked weed was in college because I used to get weed for free because I rapped and I was cute. And, you know, I was her. So the D boys, they used to just give me weed all the time. Like I would get free weed. I think I told y'all when I tried to sell it, and I wanted to sell it for a MARTA bus pass. I just needed baby, I just needed money for my bus pass. And we ended up getting, I was trying to do the little, whatever, to my homeboy because I know he smoked it. And I sold it to him. And as soon as he got it and he went to smell it, they had a teacher that walked behind and said, "Oh, y'all going to jail." Baby, that was the last time, baby. I said, no, 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 no. But I think I told that story. But anywho, the reason why I stopped smoking tobacco, when I was in this relationship, I was engaged to this dude. And I was smoking. I was stressed out. My mom, this is the time that my mom was in and out of ICU, if you've been knowing me for some years. So when I was posting about my mom sick or she in ICU or she going to hospice, like this was around that time I was smoking heavily. And I was going through it with my fiance at the time. So it was a very, very stressful time and I didn't really know how to cope. Like I knew of God. I didn't really know the word like that. Reading my Bible here and there. Praying, of course, always prayed. But yeah, I was smoking cigarettes in Black and Miles, and it wasn't until I couldn't breathe this one time. I couldn't breathe and had to go to the ER. So it was a second time when I was smoking heavy. I ended up being rushed. I could barely breathe. I was breathing like real life. I just could not breathe, and he rushed me to the ER again. This was my second time being rushed to the ER. And I was like, and this is when I found out I had acute bronchitis. And from the second time I was rushed to the ER, I just stopped cold turkey because I'm like, look, I ain't trying to die for that white man drug. I'd be like, man, you smoking that white man stick, man? Come on, man. So that was my tobacco experience. Now with weed, it's been a year since I done smoked weed. I'm gonna be 100. It's been ever since I came back to Georgia in late 2023. I haven't been smoking weed, and the reason why is because I don't have a taste for it. When you real life change your life and when God like intervenes in your life, you stop thirsting for certain stuff. So it's like when I left Colorado, I don't have the taste to smoke weed anymore. And then I'm like, for what? Like, I don't be, I ain't dealing with the same issues I dealt with. And, being born again, like I said, I don't thirst for that type of stuff. So it's been a year for weed and for cigarette tobacco, I want to say about 7 years, 7, 8 years, something like that. Do the numbers, do the math. It was this one time, oh no, ecstasy. Let's talk about ecstasy. So after my mother passed, no, let's talk about the first time I did it. It was this dude, and it's crazy because every drug I did, it was always somebody I was involved with or a friend. Like it was always, I've never just went out like, oh, I want to try crack cocaine. Like, no, you know what I'm saying. So anyway, we go out to one of my homegirls' party. He takes me over there. He was like, I forgot what he told me what it was, and I took it. And then I started like, I was rolling, but I didn't know what was going on. This is my first time, and I was like, dude, like what's going on? He was like, oh, drink some water, and try not to freak out. He was kind of walking me through the process, and I'm just drinking back water. I'm looking at everybody like, man. So my mom, like when I got home, my mom asked me how, everything went. I was like, oh, it's cool. I'm trying my best to act normal. So I get in my room, and I'm just on my pillow on my bed, like, oh my God, this pillow is so soft. It feels so great in here, and everything just feels so good. I felt like Martin off of Bad Boys. Like, oh my gosh, just everything feels so good. I said, wow. But then, the after effect, like the stomach, the shake back, they call it. And I was on the toilet the next day. So I was like, I mean, it was alright. Nothing that I look for, but if it pop up, I might do it again. So years later, like I said, the area that I moved into, it was a popular drug. It was a popular drug, and this was 2017 that I did it again, and my mom passed away, and I was having those suicidal thoughts again. Even after my first attempt, I was having those thoughts again because I'm like, bro, you took my mama gone, bro. You took my mama, bro. Like, what I'm gonna do? Like, you know what I'm saying? My mom was a very big part of my life, and I was depressed and I was struggling. I was like, I don't want to commit suicide. So I reverted to drugs and heavy drinking. So, and I was smoking weed too. So, like, every time I got paid, of course, my bills would be handled. That's why I say I can't really say I was addicted. But my bills was paid first, and then a percentage of my check went to drugs. Like, it went to, was I smoking Black and Miles? I can't remember. I don't think I was doing I don't think I was doing the tobacco, but I definitely was smoking the weed and the ecstasy. I would call them jiggers and alcohol. So every time I got paid, a percentage of that went to my drugs because I didn't think I could cope with losing my mom. And then, my dad put me out for some stupid. I just asked him a question. He was prideful, put me out on the street less than 2 weeks of me burying my mom. So I was going through a lot still. And I was throwing it back, man. Rolling, 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 like an 18, blah. And I'm not gonna lie, it got me through those times. Like, I don't even advocate people doing drugs, especially nowadays. Man, look, if you watching this, bro, we survived them drugs, bro. People not surviving them drugs now. They putting something else in them drugs, man. Don't do them drugs, man. I'm telling you, don't do them drugs, man. I'm telling you, bro. You might die on your first try. Man, it got to the point, it got so bad, I was throwing back about 5, 6 of them things. And of course, I guess that was like the decline of the jiggers. Like, they was watering them down, I guess you could say, or diluting them. They wasn't as strong as, like I say, the one I had when I first had the jigger experience. And baby, when I tell you one day I was at work, moving fast, getting things done. My heart was like, it did some wild stuff, and it just stopped me in my tracks. Like, oh, man, I tell you right then and there, I repented for everything. I repented because, baby, I thought I was finna go. What you finna do? I'm finna go. Because the way my heart was crip walking, I said, baby, I'm gonna have to stop this. So I settled down for that. And I didn't really do it again until I got in another relationship. And they did it, so we kind of did it together. And then the fentanyl in 2021 or something like that. The fentanyl epidemic came, and we was like, oh no. But then they went down there for vacay or whatever, and I didn't go with them. They came back up with a bag, and I'm like, bro, I thought we was over this. So I prayed. I ain't gonna lie, I prayed. Took some with that person, you know what I'm saying? But I was like, after that, I'm good. I didn't like how it felt. My stomach was acting up. I was like, So when it came to ecstasy, like them jiggers, it's been maybe 3 years, 2, 3 years, about three. I say three, about 3 years, 2.5 or 3 years with that. And basically, like I said, it was because of people who've been dying from those things. And I really didn't like how it was making me feel anymore, especially with the nausea and the stomach and shake back. It's like, man, I'm grown. I got bills. I got things to do. I can't just be rolling. And, it had its time. It served its purpose, But I definitely, man, don't do drugs, bro. Do not do drugs. And I want to talk about, like, addictions. When it comes to addictions or any sin that we commit, it's always a root issue. It's always something else that's going on. That's a band-aid that we're putting over our traumas, over our wounds. And we need what? We need healing. A lot of times we have unforgiveness in our heart. And our heart becomes like hardened. So what we do, I'm going to drink, I'm going to smoke because you're hurting. And when you're hurting, you need what? Healing. So when it comes to any type of addiction, coke, crack, any type of thing, the bottom line is that you need healing. You need healing. It doesn't matter how much you smoke, how much you drink, how much you throw back, how much you snort, how much you smoke. It don't matter how much you do that stuff. It will never solve the problem. It will not heal you. It's only a temporary band-aid. Because guess what? When you run out of them drugs, you still got them problems right there on that table. They still right there. They ain't go nowhere. You just high as I don't know what with the problems. It serves as a band-aid. A band-aid. Not even a band-aid. Like, it serves as a temporary fix. You know, you need to heal. Get some healing. Like I say, big advocate on therapy, the right therapist, as well as getting in your word, as well as praying and surrendering, asking God to help you with this. You know, trying your best not to pick it up when you're triggered, because we all have triggers. A lot of times our triggers can trigger us to go back drinking, smoking, or whatever the situation may be. The devil, the enemy is going to throw things at you to make you go back to what you used to do. Those are traps. And you just be vulnerable with God and really ask God, surrender it to him. Like, God, come into my life, and you know, I pray that you take this habit away from me. I really want to stop. And you just be vulnerable with him, like you talking to one of your homies or somebody you really trust. You don't have to be like, oh, Father, King of Kings. I mean, you can do that too. That's cool. That's your thing. Do your thing, child. Do your thing. But just come to him vulnerable and just let him know how you feel. And that's the thing, we try to hide how you can't hide how you feel to God, bro. He know, but he wants you to say that to him. Why? Just do it. Just do it. Just do it. So here are some Bible verses that can help you with your addiction, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? So 1 Corinthians 10:13. No temptation has overtaken you that is not common to man. God is faithful, and he will not let you be tempted beyond your ability. So the verse suggests that God will provide a way out of temptation, and that addicts can overcome their struggles. Another scripture that can be helpful is 2 Timothy 1 verse 7. For God gave us the spirit not of fear, but of power and love and self-control. And this is something else that I found online. The Bible also suggests that addiction is a manifestation of sin, and that sin can lead to feelings of shame, guilt, and hopelessness. However, the Bible also offers hope and encouragement and emphasizes that people can turn to God for strength and guidance. So don't feel like you cannot get over this addiction. You can, or even bad habits, addictions. Bad habits are on its way to addictions. Girl, I can't talk. I can't talk. I could talk. We're not finna use can'ts. We don't, can't ain't in our vocabulary. Addictions. When a person is addicted, they are really bowing down and serving that addiction as their God. It is the sin of idolatry. They become a slave to it, and they are held in bondage. Jesus said, whoever commits sin is a slave of sin. And that's John 8:34. This also is a good one. 1 Peter chapter 5, verse 8. Be sober-minded, be watchful. Your adversary, the devil, prowls around like a roaring lion, seeking someone to devour. So if you're not vigilant, then you're more susceptible to the enemy's devices, as they say. You know what I'm saying? So you would want to be sober-minded, because we out here sober-minded, still getting tricked. So how you feel is if you on whatever you on, the enemy definitely gonna slip up on you. And I feel like you could look it up. Oh no, I'm about to fall. you're just opening more doors for negative spirits. You gotta guard them gates. Yeah, so hopefully those Bible verses helped you a little bit. But for the main part, you would definitely want to I forgot what they call those places, like those centers, rehab. There we go. If you could find a good rehab place, definitely therapy. I'm going therapy you down. Definitely therapy. Somebody that's you can trust to speak with if it's a spiritual leader that's not judgmental, or a family member that's not judgmental, or somebody to hold you accountable for things that you're doing, the addictions and stuff. It's definitely something that you need to heal from. So you need to work on your healing. Because addictions, I feel like all addictions lead to death no matter what it is. To obsess with anything and put anything before God is not a wise decision. So praying for your healing, and hope you guys got something out of this video. But this was my testimony video of, like, I guess addictions, bad habits, and certain things like that. You guys stay encouraged. Peace, love. So I had almost forgot to say this for the he kicking stuff for the ecstasy, the jiggers. I know I told y'all about therapy, but also there's the is it AA meetings? I want to say it's called AA. Y'all, when I went to get therapy, they put me in the AA meetings, y'all. So you know how they have like a circle of people, and they go around, hi, my name is, and I'm here for. Baby, I had to do that. I can't remember how long it lasted. But baby, when I tell you, it was so funny being in that class. And I'm not making fun of the other people, but I remember like almost every time like the class instructor, teacher, whoever, whatever their name was, like their profession name was, every time they'll go out, baby, them people be in there, man, I can't wait to get up out of here, man. I'm finna get so high. I said, bro, these people is so funny. Like, it's not funny, like making fun of them, but it's like you would have had to be there. Cause like they real life be on, some of them people be on hard drugs, and you could tell. So they be in there like, I ain't did nothing. The whole time you like, bro, I know you did something. Like, we know you getting high. They be like, man, I'm finna sign this paper, and I'm finna get me a drink. Like it's not funny. I'm not laughing at them. It was just a very humorous situation for me. Like, I looked forward to going to those meetings because of the people that would be in those meetings, and they would be like so comical, and they'll be making jokes and talking crazy to each other. It'll be so, every time when the teacher lady stepped out, it was like a comedy show. I said, man, I can't wait till my next AA meeting. But so like they used to give us like homework and like pass out different worksheets for us to fill out and complete and things like that. They would ask us questions and we would answer them, things like that. And of course we had the drug test. And like I said, they put me in there because I went to seek for just therapy. And based upon what I was going through at that time, they put me in that program because I was doing jiggers or ecstasy, as you can, ecstasy. So they was like, they wanted to make sure that I was progressing and not doing drugs. So then they put me in that class. I so forgot about, I was in the AA. I was in AA, y'all. Can y'all believe I was in the AA, bro? Man, it was so crazy, but I really enjoyed those people, bro. They really put a smile on my face. I saw the beauty in the moment. But baby, I tell you, when them people used to step out, man, they used to cut up in class so bad. I said, oh, I can't wait till next week. It's gonna get lit. I really enjoy AA. But yeah, so I went to AA. So I encourage you. AA classes are great, but like, even though I said I was laughing and having fun, we was having fun, I also did learn some things in there, but I didn't really think that I was an addict per se. But like I say, I was doing it a lot, and they suggested me to go there. So they basically put me in the class. It wasn't against my will, but at the same time, they were like, "Yeah, we're gonna sign you up for this too." And the drug test, and of course, my drug test came back clean because I wasn't doing it then. And that's my story about my AA. Man, I gotta drop something on you that you forgot or you buried. Baby, when I tell you the last 2 weeks, he just been dropping it on me. Oh yeah, talk about this. Don't forget this. Oh yeah, forgive this person. Man, for real, for real. That's what I be telling y'all, man. Y'all need to come to God for real, be vulnerable, and tell him where you at. Tell him where you at, bro. Confess that, bro. No secrets, no condemnation, man. For real. Them secrets is what get you. Them secrets is what get you, bro. Record your testimony and put it out. If you having issues with it, man, hit me up, bro. For real, hit me up. Hit your girl up.